Are you ready, my friends? Are you ready? I'm ready. Where do I even begin? Where do I even begin to tell a story? Right off the bat. Right off the bat, we were told to believe, hey, guess what? Lindsey Graham's dead. Nothing to see here, and we don't know anything. And before anybody confuses what I'm about to say, let me remind you, I am not one who is ghoulish. I am not one who is prone to laughing and smirking, and I that's not it. I'm not laughing at death. I'm not into that. That's not my game. I don't roll like that. I don't understand. A lot of people do because they're consumed with hate. And when hate does that to you, it's horrible. But Lindsey Graham is dead, ladies and gentlemen, and death should not in any way require or mandate historical amnesia. And during his lifetime, Lindsey Graham, the Muliebris, Lindsey Graham, Gomer Pyle, was fiercely condemned by many detractors, myself included, as the embodiment of the permanent war establishment. A vile neocon, a relentless interventionist, a neoconservative hawk, and a politician seemingly incapable of encountering a foreign conflict without demanding deeper American involvement, more military and financial commitment, more pushing, and not just Israel, but Ukraine, NATO. Horrible. Now comes the inevitable canonization, the apotheosis, the beatification, the solemn tributes, and the convenient forgetting. Not here, sorry. Death does not erase a public record. Death does not remove history. Death does not change what someone has done. Period. It's that simple. And then we have Tyler Robinson. Oh my God, Tyler Robinson standing accused in a case that too many people have already decided without even seeing a trial. They think the evidence of a preliminary hearing, they're done, they're finished. And no matter how many times you say, not yet. No, that's good enough for us. That's good enough for us. He is a patsy. The government must prove his case with admissible evidence, not social media scrums and hysteria, not prosecutorial asseveration and certitude. He's a patsy. Questions are not obstruction. Skepticism is not treason. It's to be maintained. And the presumption of innocence, by the way, is not a technicality. And then there is the Savior. The dead, the patsy, and the Savior. Candace Owens, the lone national voice of reason, willing to walk directly into the fire for her convictions, while everyone else runs for what? For institutional cover. She's drawn extraordinary attacks, ridicule, hate, defamation. Rob Schneider all of a sudden called her a vamp. What did they call? I mean, they're running out of things to say. Why do they hate her? Because she refuses to stop asking questions others desperately want buried. She may be wrong about some things. Fine. Everybody is. But the ferocity, the absolute unbridled ferocity of the campaign against her should make all people, thinking people, sentient people, rational people, more curious, more aware, more focused, not less. And in an age of manufactured consensus, my friends, instant verdicts, compulsory, mandatory, kind of this conformity scrum, Candace Owens represents something increasingly rare, increasingly brilliant, intellectual defiance. Lindsey Graham is dead. Tyler Robinson is presumed innocent. And in my humble view, he's a patsy. Candace may be one of the few people capable of saving us from our own intellectual insanity. not because of that she demands that we believe her, but because she still demands that we think. And if anybody's got a problem with that, this is not the show for you. If anybody's got a problem with that, and I know I'm right, and I know more people believe what I'm saying than you can imagine. More people believe what I'm saying than you can imagine, and they want to come forward and they want to say this. This Lindsey Graham, aortic dissection through atherosclerotic disease. Interesting. We'll find out about that. That was a quick. Mitch McConnell says, "Hey, I'm doing okay. I had a fall. Doing great. Everything's fine." Raise your right hand. Solemnly swear. I believe nothing. Thank you very much. Put your hand up. I believe nothing. Nothing. When you tell me, when you show me, I don't even know what's AI. I don't know anything anymore. I don't know what to believe. I don't know if anything is even remotely susceptible to belief. But I will tell you this, and I will remain 100% indefatigably, inexorably, intransigently focused and committed to Candace Owens, because she's brave. She's the only one standing up against. There was a picture of Jack Poser standing, whatever his name is, standing next to Charlie Kirk. It's some picture, and I wanted to vomit. It's like, you rat. You should be ashamed of yourself. Charlie's probably looking down and saying, "That's it? You're not fighting for me? You believe this? I thought we were friends." This is the loyalty these people show. This is the loyalty. I don't even know. There is so much doubt. It's not even funny. And this is still the preliminary hearing. There's doubt with the preliminary hearing. Imagine when there's a full-throated cross-examination, a defense case, you're not even going to recognize it. And I don't care about looking at the fronts of cars and you got a tire. Look at this wheel. And let's tee it up. Get it on. I have never, ever, I say this again, I am the proverbial broken record. I have never seen such focused lunacy directed towards anybody like I have Candace Owens. I never thought it was possible. I never thought any of this was even remotely possible. Never. I mean, I kind of had an idea, but I never knew it was like this. I never even knew it was like that. I never, ever knew. And it has nothing to do with what she's saying. It's this strange form of catalyzed just hatred. Hatred, not because of race, not because of gender. This I will tell you. It's her certitude. And the more certain she is, the more steadfast in her belief, the more they hate her. It's the most incredible thing in the world. It's just incredible. And I never thought this was possible. Never. I know that some people like certain people, but all of a sudden, these hacks, Rob Schneider, did somebody make him a deal and say, "Listen, your career, let's face it, is not exactly stellar, okay? You're not exactly stellar." Even her friend Roseanne, I understand. I kind of dig that. You know what I mean? I kind of know she's pretty much staying that route. She's entitled to that. But Candace? Why don't you say, "I'm for Israel," versus "I'm against Candace"? Say what you want. For me, I swear to you, as a person, I've never heard. Imagine Mearsheimer, it should be General, Colonel McGregor, other people focusing everything on Douglas Murray or somebody, on a commentator. We've never seen anything like this. We've never seen. Imagine focusing all of your hate, all of your enmity towards a person. It blows my mind. So what's going to happen? Right now, this shows no end in sight. None. I've never seen anything. Ben Shapiro, out of his fucking mind. He realizes, I am done. I am finished. I am so lost. So lost. In addition, what about the war element? What happens to those people? Lindsey Graham was absolutely 100% indefatigable during his life. He was not pro-Israel, but pro-arming Israel, pro-war. It wasn't so much he may like your country, but if it had anything to do with the war, NATO, it didn't matter. I mean, he and NATO was really his thing. That was kind of like that old John McCain thing. He was so NATO, so Victoria Nuland, so anti-Russian. And now what they're going to be doing is, I think Loomer and others, they're going to either blame Iran or they're going to blame Russia. Now, let me explain to you what's going to happen. This gets very, very difficult. Okay, very, very dangerous. What a lot of people are saying, and we're seeing this more and more and more. And let's make sure we're very, very clear about this. We want absolutely nothing involving any form of death or violence to anyone for whatever reason. Period. End of discussion. But a lot of people are saying that they believe that there is going to be some kind of payback. And when you tell people this, when you say, what we have done to Iran, their supreme leader and others, Soleimani and other people say, oh yeah, well, so what? They're just supposed to take it. Why? Because we're the United States. You. If you don't like it, tough. If you don't like what we're doing, tough. We don't care what you think. We don't, it means nothing. It means nothing. Let me say this to you again. Let me say this. I'm very, very concerned. Very, very concerned at many levels for many things that could happen. Number one, I'm very concerned that there could be something called a false flag operation. Look who it is. It's Michael P. And Michael says, evil seems to be unrestrained lately. Patent lies they expect us to believe. All of it. We need to remain strong because the true king will triumph. Thank you for your comment. But my friend, this is nothing new. They did it in Vietnam. They did it elsewhere. They've done it so... This government lies. There is no truth. But what I'm afraid of very, very much is the fact that they might say the following. And thank you, by the way, for your kindness. They might do something of the following. Number one, and this is very, very frightening. They might be in the position where, honest to God, they might be in the position where they decide that they're going to, one, unleash something here, or somebody will make it look like they've unleashed something here. Have you noticed how incredibly quiet Iran has been? They don't fight back. Thank you, Von Anken. Livia, thank you, Olivia. Thank you so much for your kindness. Do you notice how we don't really know what they're doing? They don't fight back, not the way we would. We kill people. Remember, what was the fellow that we killed right after on 9/11? I think he was an American citizen. We got him. We kill people. We killed, I think, Soleimani in, where was he? He was on his way. I forget where it was. We kill people sometimes when we are in the middle of negotiating peace. We do this. Who was it who got it in Damascus? I can't even keep track of this. We are bloodthirsty. We are bloodthirsty. And we have this idea in our country where it doesn't matter. Fuck you. We're the United States. We don't like you, we'll do it. And sometimes the president will say, he died like a dog and he cried. I mean, I've never seen this. Why are you doing this? And then they ask the question, hey, guess what? The Strait of Hormuz is closed. Iran says, no, it's not. It's closed to you. You've got to pay a fee. You can't get us on this. And Trump, some of these days, Trump is going to have to ask himself, what are we doing? Please stop saying we. I am not bloodthirsty. I mean, you're right about that. Nor am I. It's a very good point. I stand corrected. This government, this current administration, and all administration, they are bloodthirsty. They are savage. I've never seen anything like it. They just love to kill. There isn't a bomb. There isn't a military program. There's nothing that they won't do. And you're right about that. And I stand corrected, Alex. I vandalate. I really do. You're so correct. We did this with Vietnam. Is this is our government? I don't know what we're doing. Let me ask you something. What risk, what existential, true, direct threat does Iran pose to us? Anybody? Take your time. Anybody? 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 And it's not just Trump. Obama did it. Other people do it. It's what we do. What threat does Iran pose that we have to go after them and engage in a war when they hold so much? Does this make any sense? Then that's one thing. People don't really get it. You also have one of the most demented people. You will find that Lance Twiggs is so up to his neck, and I don't know what. This guy, you're going to find out when they get involved in this and they impeach him, you're going to find out who this guy is, how he was granted immunity, and how he was. Who was it? Andy Ngo said he is part of Antifa. I have to sit back. I almost sometimes have to walk back. Are you kidding me? Sometimes you have to find somebody who really is important. Say what you want about Sammy the Bull. The argument was that in order to get John Gotti, if you thought that was worth your while, you needed somebody really close to him to bring this about. But this guy, you're going to find out ultimately, remember what I'm saying this, that Lance is worse than anything. Our good friend Alaska Pan says the hate campaign against Candace speaks for itself. All you have to do is watch the mob. Oh, it's true, and thank you. It's true. I keep saying I've never seen anything like it. It is a scrum. It is a pitchfork and torch crowd. It is so... These people are running, I think they're handed binders, and they're told, you have to come up with new ways, new things, new phrases. Demonic is not enough. You have to, and so far, I've got to say, I've not seen any kind of racial slur, any kind of even a kind of a gender slur, because people know themselves that she is without a doubt the most dangerous person around today. So that you don't even want to go to that. They try to go after her. Let me ask you something. If somebody said, go after Candace, how would I do it? How would I do it? I would never do it. But sometimes being the lawyer, I think of, okay, let me switch sides for a moment. If I said, here's what you have to do. First, tone it down. You're never saying anything about anything that she said is wrong. tell me she's wrong. Something she got wrong. Tell me something. Anybody? Never. Never. The only thing they said was she said, I'm not sure, or I don't believe that Tyler Robinson was even there. Remember that? She said that. And they're saying, this goes to show you, it is proof beyond any doubt. No, it's not. Even Luna said, I don't know. That looks like, I guess, this guy was, do I have to remind you, intimate with Tyler. Intimate. You know what that means? And he says, I don't know. It looks like him. You don't think you would notice your spouse, your wife, your husband's walk? I don't care if they're... he doesn't know. He doesn't know. How do we know? Oh, he admitted to everybody. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Why in the name of God would this idiot? Do you think maybe he didn't know the script? Why would he say, you know, it's funny, Tyler never really mentioned anything about Charlie or anything. What? This guy who hated him so much, who engraved names, Chow, Bella, was that nothing? Charlie. Take him or leave him. As he sits there with his drill. Do you think they know he said that? This is their witness that they could have asked him anything they wanted. It was recorded. They could have controlled everything. This is the best they can do. And this is a preliminary hearing. Listen, if you're going to say, listen to me, Lance. If you expect to live, I want you to camp it up. I don't give a damn whether you lie or not. Let's try it again. Take two. Oh, he talks about him all the time. Really? Oh my God, that's all Tyler talks about. I hate him. I'm going to take him out. How dare you? What he's done for us gay people. And he's oh my God. That would at least say like, okay. Right? Wouldn't you have said, damn? Wouldn't you thought that, maybe? No, he said, I don't know, maybe, sort of. Yeah, we played Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, that's the thing. Hey, Lance, did you have access to all his accounts? Did you have all the passwords? Could you have gone into, let's say, Discord yourself? Could you? Do we have any, I forget the particular program name, but we don't even know how to authenticate this. And all I know is the Rob Schneiders and the other people, they're saying, well, it's case closed. Case closed. This is the preliminary hearing. What are you doing? Did you hear Valhalla? Oh my God. That's the guy I want for my expert witness as far as the 30-06. Oh my. It's a slam dunk. No, could be one of 6, 12, 10. There's no proof. None. There's no proof that can withstand the most tepid of cross-examination. And I'm going to say this again. And I want you to listen to me. I want you to listen very, very carefully. Because I know I'm throwing a lot of stuff. And we're changing subjects. Please forgive me. You know me by now. My mind is on fire. I got a lot to say. This case is not guilty based on the rifle alone. You can take everything else and throw it away. Stipulate to everything. I don't care what he admitted to. You cannot prove this was the gun. Wow, how important was that gun? Wow, it was a gun. And by the way, I learned something. I'm always learning something new. That gun is not necessarily the 1936 or whatever, the old shooting iron. This scope, they said, was like $2,000. No, it's not. I'm learning constantly. Just in passing. Wait until we do the cross-examination if it even gets to that point. Real cross-examination, because the defense is not going to show everything. Somebody says, why don't you Why don't you call the parents? Why? Why show them everything? Why? Let me tell you what's going to happen. Listen to me. Listen, if Tyler lives long enough, that jury is going to say, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. They're going to zero in on that gun, zero in on everything, zero in on it being inconclusive, zero in on the fact that the rounds themselves were not ever intended, were not ever planned, were not ever a part of any kind of plan or any kind of device to be used to kill accordingly. That's it. Let me try this again. Let me see if I can do it in a nice way. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to say it. Let's take Alaska Pants, right? Alaska Pants, our good friend, okay? Alaska Pants. Alaska, let's assume you were there at the time. You were there during this. You were there in the audience. You were there. You were there. You were there. Let's assume. Pictures of you, selfies, okay. And they charge you with killing Charlie. And you say, what? Well, you were there. Whoa, wait a minute. Why do you think it was me? There you are, moving across the roof. That's not me. Looks like it to me. Kind of grainy. That's not me. Looks like you. And if you say that's not you, then it's not Tyler. That grainy photo that you say you can't pick out yourself, well, it's obviously self-serving because you're saying you didn't do it. But everybody else is looking and they go, yep, that's Tyler, all right. Well, you know what? Maybe we made a mistake. Maybe it's you. You're out of your mind. Where's my gun? Who needs a gun? I don't know where it was. Somewhere. They found a gun. It was inconclusive. Wait a minute. This is Alaska saying, what are you, there's no gun. No gun for Tyler either. Well, yes, there was. There was a gun with his DNA, but it's not conclusive. What if there was a bazooka? They found a bazooka with his DNA on it. So what? Was he hit with a bazooka round? You see where I'm going? Does this make sense to you? I can't wait for the trial. And Rob Schneider. Oh, God. He's going to go crazy. Come on, funny boy. You and me, Rob. Let's go. Let's tee it up, my friend. You be the prosecutor. I'll be the defense. And you can't say Candace once. Ready, big shot? Come on, let's do it. You can do it. You're a funny man. You're a funny man. Come on. Come on, Shecky. Let's do it. But you can't bring up Candace because Candace has nothing to do with this. Let's talk about this. Let me talk to that jury. You do it too. You could do your song and dance, Rob, or Juanita Broderick. I don't know if they just write it for her, or I don't know if they pay her off. I don't know who's going on. You see a lot of these people. Like good, I don't really know him, but that Barnes, the lawyer, Robert, he's gone. He's arrebatado. And his cohort, Viva Frey. Sometimes I read his posts, I'm saying, I'm not even sure what you're. You know who wants to have a debate with me? I talk to nice guy. Oh God. Dinesh D'Souza. And he said, can we debate? I said, absolutely. He says, let's debate before the judge's decision. I said, in September? Okay. We'll go out on a limb. I'd love to do it. Let's talk about it. I don't care what it is. See, I've got the easiest job in the world. I'm trying to show you reasonable doubt. I don't have to prove anything. It's almost like somebody trying to prove a joke is funny or somebody trying to prove a joke is not funny. It's easier to prove somebody's joke is not funny. This isn't funny. This thing is filled with doubt. Filled. And I'm wondering, but you can't talk about Candace. What? You can't talk about Candace. You know how they say in Italian, if you tie an Italian's hand, he can't argue. Okay. If I said to anybody, you know this guy, Dom, a lot of people, I thought they were so terrific. Even libs of TikTok or TikTok libs or whatever else. Another one. And Posor, Jack Posor, oh, him, let's go. But you can't talk about Candace. Let's talk about this. You can't talk about Candace. Tell me about this video you saw. Tell me about it. Why don't they show us? This is the strange thing. They show 2.5 hours of the most interminable bullshit about, and did you look at the swab? Yes. Did you take the swab? Did you clean the swab? Did you clean the swab twice? Did you compare it to the control sample? Did you take the swab and the control sample? Did you compare it? Did you then destroy the swab from the control sample? Did you take the destroyed swab from the control sample? Did you add it to the other control swab? Did you burn that? Did you take the control swab? Did you take the control swab? Did you take it? Did you that they went nuts with this. And are you a member of the AIFT212? Huh? What? The Organization of Gun Comparers? Yes. And did you apply Protocol 9? But I say, excuse me, can I just cut to the case? If you show us the video, maybe we'll just cut to the chase. No, I'm not going to show you that. No. I got to have Jack Posor show you that one. We can't show you that. What are you doing? Could you maybe show us the video? No. What are you, crazy? No, the video would help. No, I'm not done yet. And did you take the swab back? Did you put the swab in the? Did you reuse the swab? What brand of swab was it? Is it the Series 3 swabs? Yeah. Did you burn the swab or did you flush it? Oh, you flushed it. What are we talking about? How about this one? Hi, everybody. Hi, how are you? Hi, Judge. This is my first preliminary hearing. How are you? Yeah. Listen, let me cut through the bullshit here. Can we cut the lights here? Yeah. Okay. Watch this. Judge, who do you think that is? That's Tyler Robinson. Look, there he is. That's Tyler. Clear as day. See him? Pretty good, huh? Yeah. Watch this. Look, he's on the rifle. Zooming in. Look at that. You can make out the rifle. And you know, it's not perfect. But that rifle looks just like that rifle. And watch this. He's going like, get it back. He's... And when he does it, he grabs the rifle and he takes his hat. The hat he's wearing here. That's Tyler. Oh, my God. Wouldn't that be nice? But there is no such thing. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. They don't even have the decency of making something up and showing us AI. They show us, what is this? It's like, have you seen the picture of the Loch Ness Monster? Have you ever seen this? Have you ever seen this? You ever see the Loch Ness Monster? It's like, what is that? Remember that? You ever see that? Did you ever see that? It's incredible. Did you ever see that? Did you ever see the Sasquatch, the abominable snowman? Did you ever see? Bigfoot. Excuse me. He's walking like this, and you see him like far away. You ever see that one? You ever see that? And he's like standing up. He's like straight. He goes, and it was supposedly the guy's wife. Even that was kind of grainy. That was clearer. Here, there's nothing, but they're saying it. But Jack Posor says, I saw it. It was absolutely, positively crystal clear. It was so terrible, I can't sleep at night. Because I'm fucking lying. I can't believe this is going to be worth it. Don't worry, Posor. You're sure about this? Yeah. Wait until you see when I say to you, hey, wait a minute. This is the most important thing. And listen to me carefully. What's really critical is wait until you see that final video that Poser was looking at. You're not going to believe it. I hope he's out of town, because you're going to say, wait a minute, what? This is it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait. This is it? This is it? You came and you told, you're the guy with the what am I calling it? With the binders. You were the guy who had all that Epstein stuff. This was it? Yeah. When you came out and said, I couldn't even sleep. Could you not sleep because it was that bad? Where is it? Where is it? You're going to die. You are going to die. This is the most important story. And all these people are going to say, and then you have news organizations, KF this and AP and whatever. They said, there's no, it doesn't exist. It doesn't show you. But he said it. This is the best part ever. I can't wait until he says, hey, what about this? Who's going to hold him to it? This is the video? Yeah. What did you see? Well, it's clear as day. And he must be saying, am I going to get a big payoff? Oh, absolutely. Seriously, what happens? What happens? Pow, when you say, this is bullshit. What do you think? What do you think? What? Seriously. What do you think they're going to do when he has to explain, what did you see? Did you lie to us? You know, there's all kinds of stuff that people say. Remember during 9/11, Todd Beamer said, let's roll. Remember that? Let's roll. Who heard that? Remember that? Todd Beamer. Let's roll. Hero Todd Beamer. Hero. Don't forget the man who killed Liberty Valance. When the legend becomes fact, print the legend. This is the most important thing. It's a legend. We love the legend. The man who killed Liberty Valance. When the legend, it's so wonderful. John Ford. What year was that? It was one of the best movies. It was When the Legend Becomes Fact, Print the Legend. 1962. John Wayne. Lee Marvin. Jimmy Stewart. Oh my God. Did you ever watch that? It is almost like a Rashomon. It was wonderful. When the legend becomes fact, print the legend. And in Flight 93, they told me, they said, you don't understand. This man named Todd Beamer said, let's roll. And somebody said, who heard this? Who? The people on the plane. Who? Was somebody on the phone? They had the most incredible technology. I can't even get a phone call now. But 25 years ago, people would just flip it. Hello? Damn, this is great. Hello? I can call any place. Hello? Yeah, listen. Mom? Yeah. Hey, look, I'm on the plane, Flight 93. Listen, write this down. Listen, this is important, okay? Okay. There's a guy named Todd Beamer. Right. B-E-A-M. Yeah, like the BMW. Yeah. Okay. He said, let's roll. And then all these passengers went in and charged the cockpit, which had been charged by the terrorists. And we're heading straight down because he's so write this down. Todd Beamer, let's roll. Okay. Great. How did we know he said, let's roll? How did we know that Hani Hanjour was the pilot that flew into the Pentagon? How do we know this? Who was it, Atas? How somebody's passport could be found untouched, intact, from inside a plane that went into a building that incinerated a plane that was engulfed, a plane that. And did you ever see like pictures of the big? Anyway, I'm not talking about the those 6-ton titanium engines. Where is this? Where is this? Nobody says anything. We've lost our minds. Let me give you a new one. There was a mosque. This is an example. Bear with me. There was a mosque or an Islamic center or something that was opening a block or so from ground zero. And they did a big deal about it. And you're not going to believe it. And it was 2 buildings that came kind of close to each other, but there was a gap. Sometimes you'll see it. It's not even an alley. It's just a gap. They found the wheel assembly from one of the planes, I don't know how many years later, that people walked by for years and didn't notice. That had to have been dropped at such an angle so perfectly that it fell, this big clunky, between 2. It is impossible. And yet people said, well, that's what happened. So let me ask you something. What happens to Poser when people finally say, show us that video? He's going to have to leave the country. He's going to have to leave the country. This is the most incredible thing in the world. This is the most incredible thing in the world. I can't. We've been through this. Maybe you don't remember this. I've been through this. We've been through this with Vietnam. They lie to us. But we never had the social media, and we never had these people, these scrums, the Rob Schneiders and these people who say these horrible things about Candace Owens. They never went after, I guess it'd be Dylan Avery. Remember Loose Change? It was wonderful. Dylan Avery. They didn't go after him. They didn't go after Richard Gage, the estimable expert from architects and engineers from 9/11 Truth. No, but here we've got Candace. I've never seen anything like it. They never went after Zapruder. They never went after Mark Lane, who was the first theorist that posited that the official account of JFK was false. They never went after him. Why are we going after Candace Owens? What the does Candace Owens have to do with the case? Answer it. Anybody here? Anybody here I should know about? Come on, come forward. Anybody? Any of the trollage? Tell me. Who's here? Tell me what Candace Owens has to do with it. Tell me. I'm waiting. Come on, point somebody out. Luke Radowski's great. Jim Mars, Alex Jones, Richard Gage, phenomenal. Where? Tell me. Where is it? Come on, somebody's got to say something. Point somebody out. Let me know. Just let me see somebody. Because I don't understand this. This is the most important. I don't get it. Where is this? Where are these people? I love this. Here we go. Candace is screwing up the whole charade. What does that mean? Does that mean that she's effectively stopping the perpetuation of this myth, or she's making it better? See, sometimes I can't really tell. Who is it? Who is it? Somebody somewhere. Because there's nobody good. I want somebody who's good. Give me a good, not a troll, but somebody that we can argue with. Somebody who has a good point. Somebody who doesn't bring up Candace. Candace has nothing to do with this. I hate to tell her. I'm sorry. We may love her to death, but she has nothing to do with this. Nothing. It doesn't matter what Candace says. Don't worry about Candace. Talk about the case. They can't. They don't know what to say. This is the part which is the most, I've never seen anything like it. People can't even find, how do I find this? They can't even find enough, enough regarding the case. And by the way, there are so many people who are so, I was watching this show before. Have you ever seen this guy named Caleb Hammer? Caleb Hammer. He does this show. It's about financial audits, and these people show up, and he abuses them and yells at them and insults them, and he's vile, very popular. But he supposedly is he's very, very popular. But they just yell at these people. You're a bitch. You know, it's like, wait a minute, excuse me. They're coming for a financial audit. What about, you're stupid? And they got to bleed. He's just vile and, okay, very popular. This is where we are today. This is where we are. There are people who say, they're not even, I mean, listen, cussing is great for a while, but it doesn't substitute wit. It doesn't substitute a point. Instead, we have this anti-Candace thing. And there are people who says, I can't, and they all list the same thing, and they go through this list. It's like they have somebody who says, okay, folks, here are the lists. We'll email them to you. Don't worry, your checks will be direct deposited to you on Tuesday. Please list them. Make sure you put we don't really do, notice how we don't do hashtags anymore, but there's got to be a way to measure. Maybe they do individual audits of accounts. I need 75 anti-Candace pieces. If you want to get your money, if you double that up, if you do 150 to 200, we'll triple the money. It'll be in your accounts by Tuesday. Don't forget, Monday's a bank holiday, whatever it is. I imagine this because I'm saying they're all saying the same stuff. They're saying the same stuff. And I don't understand. It's like, would you come up with something different? Would you seriously? Would you really come up with something different? They can't do it. And I'm stuck. And the reason why Candace is there is because they realize we don't have enough facts in this case. This case sucks. It's stupid. Because if they really catch on, if people caught on to the fact that this is not guilty because of the rifle, it's a not guilty. Let me say this again. It's a not guilty. It's a not guilty. It's a not guilty. So if they talk about Candace or, hey, look at the car. Fuck the car. I don't care about the car. Look at the car. I don't care about the car. Hey, whatever you want. Look at the gun. It's inconclusive. You can't prove he shot anybody. Can we look at the bullets? I don't want to look at the bullets. Well, what about the confession? Confession to what? You can't prove it. If I confess to killing, let's say, John Benet Ramsey, are they going to arrest me? No, you just can't. Maybe you can figure out a way for me to say it. A confession alone doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. You understand this? It doesn't mean anything. You've got to have corroboration. You've got to have something. You got to have a weapon. You got to have something. And if you can't, if for whatever reason, there is a real serious question as to the type of gun that we use. If you can show 10, 15, 20, 30 perhaps alternative weapons that were used, that's a not guilty. Michael says, WNF's video today showed how the exhaust on Tyler's seized vehicle differs fully from the one on the surveillance video the DA introduced from the garage. Interesting. WNF's video. I don't know who WNF is, but that's interesting. I like that. Thank you. Who's WNF? WNF. In any event, thank you. I told you I don't know anything about this. I'm not good with initials. Stupid. Who's WNF? By the way, where is remember Wolves of Finance? Oh, Wolves of okay, that was okay, good. Oh, Zach Jude. Okay, great. It's so funny you said that. Wolves of Finance. Very interesting. I would say, Zach, do me a favor. Who cares? Forget the car. Forget the car. I don't care. You worry about the car. I don't care about the car. Let me do the cross-examination of the rifle. That's it. You can have the car, same car, different exhaust. Okay, different car. So what? Let me put it this way. Let me put it to you this way. reverses. Tell Zach this, which is a very good point. Let's say it was reversed. Let's say the poser video actually existed. The one where you could say, that's Tyler. That son of a bitch. Look at that. He's shooting him. Would it matter to you if the cars were different or no? You say, oh, well, no, but you don't understand. The exhaust is different, but I got a video of him shooting him and the rifle matches, the ballistics match. The hell with your car. I don't care. What about the fact that the backpack was different? Who cares? I've got a video. I've got a ballistics. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. Well, how about this? The Discord confession was after he was arrested. Let me try this again. I got the gun. It's a match. His gun with his fingerprints and his DNA and others as well. Shot a bullet rather, that exactly was recovered and they match perfectly. Now, you want to talk about guns? Go ahead. Cars. You want to talk about cars? Whether he was at the Dairy Queen or whether it was at the Chick-fil-A, I don't know. Who cares? Sometimes people love to just show you things. You're right. They'll show you, and I hate to say it, I don't care about the car. Maybe your mistake, maybe it was somebody else. Maybe, I don't know. The car, whatever. I don't care. Is that enough to give a not guilty? No. Because somebody could say, well, I'm not even sure if he was there, so I don't know who was in that car or the cars, or I don't care about that. Remember, this isn't a game about trying to find things that are different. Wait a minute. You said it was 12:03. It was 12:04. It wasn't. You were the wrong day. You referred to it as Tuesday. It was Wednesday. Only the killer. Stop. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be something from what was said. Let me give you an example. There's a book called Peter Biskind wrote The Godfather Companion. It's a great book. I think it's out of print. But for those who love the movie The Godfather, it takes the screenplay, the book, the screenplay, and the movie, and shows all these discrepancies, things that don't make any sense. How old was Vito? This doesn't make any sense. Well, why would he kill Sonny before? I don't know. You're always going to find that. Good. And it's great. And it's wonderful. And it's interesting. People who went there, I went and I walked right by where this scene was, and I'm 5'10", and he's 6 feet, and look at this. Look how it's somebody else. Okay. Is that going to give somebody, that's not guilty? What? No. I know you got the gun. I know you got the video. No, but the exhaust, no. The exhaust on this car is different. And that's not 6 feet, that's 5'10". Nobody cares about that. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a real jerk, but nobody cares about that. It's the big stuff. It's the big stuff. If he, who cares about? Oh, by the way, and by the way, if it's not ridiculous that he took this rifle, kept breaking it apart, that's another one. See, why don't they just have they're breaking it down. They're putting it down down his pants, and the scope. You got to refit the scope. You've got to recalibrate. You've got to. Oh my God! You know these snipers for the most part. I mean, not for long shots, but you've got to be kind of pretty good at this. You have to look. You have to have a little bit of practice. You can't. There's so much, but what I'm saying is, you do me a favor. Give me the test where I talk to the ATF person, say it's inconclusive, that it could be one of 30, 40 different types. Let me do that, and you can talk about all you want. Confessions, things he wrote, admissions, Discord, the note that was burned. Oh, come on. The note that was, oh, that's going to be good. How do you authenticate that? Well, I took a picture of it. Okay, great. I got a picture. I got a picture of this. Yeah, I got a picture for you. Give me the gun. You can have the rest of it. You can have the rest of it. Take all of it. That's all I want. That's my not guilty right there. Just tell me what I can get up and talk to the jury, and then you can talk all you want about the exhaust and the wheels, and can you make out the wheels, and whether Poser saw them. I don't care. Because you got to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. And if you can't do it, it's not guilty. That's it. End of discussion. End. It's it. And you can talk about it all you want. And you can, and this is fun stuff. And if you like to be just Columbo, that's great. It really is. All you want to talk, I don't care what you want to talk. Believe me, even it doesn't matter to me. That's it. That's the story. That's the story. If we had a DUI case where they lost the blood or they lost the breath, I sit there and say, there's a reasonable doubt right there. Unless you've got some really, really strong evidence of something. Sometimes that little thing, how about the person who was there, the only victim or the only person who saw the defendant do something? Let's say he dies and you can't cross-examine somebody. This is critical. And you can't introduce hearsay stuff because that's just, forget it, assuming it's not a dying declaration. But that's not guilty. That's it. Yeah, but he said it. I know. Yeah, but I know he did it. Maybe you do, but you can't prove it. Why? Because that witness isn't here. You need that witness. Casey Anthony. Everybody knew that bitch killed her little daughter, Kaylee. They knew that. Only one problem. All they had was a skull. And there was no way to tell if it was a homicide. It was just a skull. There was a way which they didn't do it. Diatomic reference, but they didn't do that. But anyway, but they had this skull. There was no bullet hole in it, no fracture, no nothing. They had a dog smelling corpse in the back of the trunk. And it didn't matter. It's not guilty. Yeah, but you know she did it. I know, probably. Didn't happen. Because you can't prove homicide. Yeah, but I know she did it. And she was out dancing. Fine. But that when her daughter was missing, she was out dancing. I know, you're right. Can't prove it. Sorry. When George Zimmerman used Florida stand your ground against Trayvon Martin, remember that one? They said, I don't care what happened. Trayvon Martin, by the way, turned out to be a thug himself who basically was beating the shit out of George Zimmerman. He had a scarring or abrasions in the back of his head and was trying to go for his gun. And George Zimmerman fought back. And you don't even need stand your ground. And I said, he's not guilty. Oh, they weren't crazy. Oh, he shot him. I know they shot him. I know he killed him. I know. But when they brought up the defense, I knew it. It had nothing to do. It was a legal argument. It was a simple legal argument. And I'm right. Diddy did not commit trafficking, did not commit racketeering. None of these women, none were forced. They were women who were waiting, couldn't wait to get into those freak offs. Couldn't wait. They would go to hotels and say they would try to bribe or the doorman, and they scoped it out. To be there at Diddy's party, you had to turn these people away. Trafficking, force, fraud, or coercion? No way. None. No evidence of it. Yeah, but he was using baby oil. Who gives a shit about the baby oil? That's what I said. And racketeering? None. There was no evidence of it. But don't you understand? He's not R. Kelly. Oh, there could have been children. There might have been. No proof of it. And I was right. They got him on Mann Act because I even think that was a bad case because it wasn't prostitution. Because these women have to be called prostitutes. They did this follow. Anyway. So what happens is when you talk to the Rob Schneiders of the world, they're new to this. They don't know any better. Not only that, there's some other people who are a lot of lawyers who are phonies who come forward And they're saying, okay, I'm going to lend my expertise. I'm going to say, look, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't care what anybody says. If you can show that Tyler Robinson did this, I'll say fine. Fry his ass. I don't care. Did he kill Charlie? Good, get him. Doesn't look like that, but I'm all for it. Do it. Prove it. That's what we're trying to do. What do you have? I'll be the first one. I was saying, we got a problem with that. That's not we got a problem because I'm not on Tyler's team. There have been stupid people doing stupid things. This is a little bit rather sophisticated. I don't care. And by the way, nobody cares about exploding mics. They're getting on Candace because this never came into the preliminary hearing and it won't come into the trial. Who cares about exploding mics? Who cares about Egyptian airplanes or Huachuca? Nobody cares about that. It's not coming up. It's not coming up. You understand this? So, I mean, is there anybody who needs this or anybody who needs this for me to come? Anybody who needs to be really cleared out here? Look at this. Larson says, Candace expressed an opinion. And they all lost their minds. Why? What does she have to do with it? She can think whatever she wants. Absolutely. Absolutely. What is it? What is it? I don't understand this. Oh, and Turek and jumping on top of it. Okay, that's interesting. Does that have to do with anything with this? No. Not really. It goes to show you they're full of shit. And they went on shows, like, oh, everybody's a former Navy SEAL, but it has nothing to do with this. Unless you can show that maybe nobody's alleging this, but if somebody could show that maybe Charlie would have made it had it not been for this terrible, treatment or something that actually they caused it, like he intervened. Nobody's even suggesting that. Who cares about that? Who cares who picked up the phone? Hey, how come he didn't call 911? I don't know. They're not on trial. Tyler is. Yeah, but shouldn't they have? Why are these people calling? Why is Ben Shapiro on the phone? I don't know. That sucks. Why is one guy taking a picture? Why is he on a selfie saying, oh my God? I don't know. Has nothing to do with this. They're charging Tyler. Now, once that becomes not guilty, then we'll find out. And the only answer to this is to have the version of JFK, Oliver Stone's JFK. That's what we need. You need to have people a lot of money, maybe somebody like Elon or somebody to put this together and not have Candace. Don't have Candace's name. Don't have her. Don't have her. Sorry. Have some real clinical people that say, oh, because nobody will listen to the movie if you have Candace. Nobody will listen. They'll say, what the hell? I know how this works. Don't have anybody here. None of us. Nobody from, unless you're really good. I don't want to be a part of this. You have some very clinical dude explaining this and have people think, holy shit. Because I want them to listen to the facts. And they're not going to listen to the facts if we have people to describe them. And for some reason, whenever Candace comes along, she's like a red flag or something, a red handkerchief in front of the bull. People just go crazy. I don't know why. But that's fine. But just remember this. Remember what I'm telling you. Wait until people realize, oh my God. Oh my God. Did you see what happened? What? I saw the film today. The video. What video? The one that Poser saw. Oh, the one that he wished he never saw? Yeah. The one that he just was so shocked. The film or the video that everybody quoted, that one. What if when you see that, you think, that's it? Just like years ago when they said, where's the plane coming into the Pentagon? The Pentagon is the most widely, the most incredibly filmed video place on the planet. And nothing? Imagine you have this. This is the height of the Pentagon, and you have this thing coming in like this, 6 feet off the ground. Do you know how flying that rate, full speed, it'll be shaking, it'll break up. The air's so thick. Was it 30,000 feet, 300-degree turn, 15,000, 20,000 feet, and then fly 6 feet off the ground, leaving a 16-foot hole, and punching through, and they found a little hole in one of the rings. That's all aluminum. It's bullshit. Did you ever see pictures of desks where things were like, it's just incredible? And eventually somebody said, hey, look, there was a little piece of I don't know what it was, like aluminum with a tail, with the American insignia. Remember that? Remember there was that one cab driver who said, yeah, I was there, and it flew over me, the plane, it hit the top of my... And the Pentagon, this is in Washington, where everybody had a camera. Everybody had a camera. Nobody had a camera. Nobody said, what the hell is that noise? Jesus, get the camera. There's a plane 6 feet off the ground. Boom. And didn't hit the wall and just accordion. No, went through 5, 6 rings. Where were the people? I don't know. And there was no traffic, no accidents that day. Nobody's driving and said, oh my God, no fender benders, no nothing. I mean, none of it made sense. None of it made sense. But people are like this. And they're going to be doing it today on Fox News. Oh, Lindsey Graham. Listen, I'm not gloating over a death of anybody. I'm not saying that. But they're going to make this guy out through some kind of eulogia, like he was the greatest peacemaker. He was a warmonger. I'm going to say now what I said when he was alive. His death doesn't change anything. Don't you understand? We live in a world of lies. Don't you understand what they're doing to you? They're lying to you. No, seriously. I know there's some trollers. They don't know. They just like their shit stirring. It's okay. But let's be adults. Candace Owens has nothing to do with this. You see what they're doing to you? They're playing you for a fool. And you should be embarrassed. You should be upset. They think you're an idiot. They think you are an idiot. But you're not. I know you're not. And we're after one thing, the truth. If Tyler Robinson did it, fine. And I don't even know whether he did. All I know is he can't prove it. And being able to prove it, I'll admit, being able to prove it doesn't mean, remember, there's the detective side. This is the who done it. But for the trial part, they won't be able to prove it. And in our system, which we supposedly love, that Charlie would have loved, still he did love, he would say, of course, you only can find people guilty where there's proof. And if there's a glaring hole, that's it. So that, my friend, may not be what you want to hear, but that's the truth. And you're smarter than that. And we're going to keep going. And we're just going to be fearless. And don't be dissuaded. Don't be sidelined by things that don't matter. The back of the car, that's interesting. We may not even get to that. That rifle. Do you ever see how many times people are, my God, ballistics? How many times have you heard it? There's they take the sample here and the round is found and they put the little wax and they put it into the stereoscope and they turn them and the striations and the lens and the grooves and everything is it's just perfect. It's just perfect. Not here. And not only that, who was a Valhalla read the bottom of the box of the Remington or the 30-06. This has such a punch. This is supposed to fell big game, big stuff going in, and it's soft, so it expands to twice its size, and it's supposed to go all the way through. I mean, big. This is big. And for this, do think that whatever it's worth, no exit round from anything, not just this rifle, from anything. By the way, one of the possibilities was a handgun. And I'm not going to go into that because that's not my expertise. What I'm telling you is that this is the weirdest thing in the world. It's just the story, and they're stuck with it. Why? Why are they stuck with this? Stephen Salty said, Building 7 and the Pentagon. I can't get my head around. I know. I've been with that one for 25 years. Flight 93, no plane. They found the debris in New Baltimore and Indian Lake, about 8 miles away. That's where it was. I mean, that's just, but let me go back to this one. This case right here. They wanted so bad because the people, it would seem, or whoever, they want you to believe that this guy did it. The lone wolf. Oh, haven't we seen this? This guy on his own. Can you imagine telling somebody, Tyler, listen, did you have any ambition? Yeah. Tyler, did you ever have does he have a criminal record? Maybe not. There's Betty, by the way. Betty Sauceda is a wild woman. Thank you. Do you have any, is there any background? Did he have a criminal background? No. Is he a criminal? No. One day he wakes up, he says, I'm going to throw my life away. I'm going to go out. I'm going to risk my life. They may have snipers there, and I'm going to throw it all away. And I'm not even going to tell my beloved. I'm going to risk my life taking a shot and maybe hitting some poor, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know where to start. But I have to only look for the facts. The same thing, my friends, with, many thanks. Thanks to you as well, dear friend. Thank you. I also want to say, we don't know really let me ask you something. Yes or no? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Do you think there's something going on with this Lindsey Graham? Do you think that the real reason ain't what they said? Do you think this aortic dissection is bullshit? Do you think that when he came back from Ukraine, something happened? Somebody got to him. Do you think so? Is that what you think? I don't have any evidence of that. What do you think? See, somebody said, we're going to fix this guy up. We're going to fix this guy up. And it sure as hell can't be. You can't look at Israel. He was their staunchest advocate. Can't be them unless they're just crazy. You know something's up, don't you? And what's up with this Mitch McConnell? What is he? He's awake? He's alive? What about that spy, that wife of his? Is she a spy? Is she some Chinese spy? What's going on here? And what about Trump? They said Trump was driving back to the White House, going crazy. I said, you think somebody's going to try something on Trump? Are they sending a message? Are they sending messages? What's happening? And do you think that Massey, can you imagine if Massey from Kentucky wins if for some reason, because Mitch McConnell cannot, I think it's August, where he can, if he leaves before there's a special election. Can you imagine if Thomas Massey wins Mitch McConnell's position? Do you believe this? You don't have to tell me why, but I would say not yet. Something stinks. These people we're in the middle of a trial that stinks. You don't think anybody tried anything else? But who, why him? Why him not? I don't know. And by the way, if you are a suspect person, if you believe in what they call conspiracy theories, congratulations, you're entitled to it. Because this world and this government is so corrupt. You want to talk about killers? I mean, there are assassins. There are people who think death means nothing. War, death, whatever. It's money. It's playing the game of risk, and you know it. So thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for taking time out. Did you have fun? Did you have fun? I think so. You love this. You love this. You love this. So this is the most fascinating case. And I want to thank you. Please follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. You've been so great. Thank you for your kindness. Follow her. Subscribe to Lynn's Warriors. She has some great stuff. Have you heard about peptides? Have you heard how peptides are being used? How kids and people, the risk of peptide? Go to Lynn's Warriors to find out. And also, my friends, thank you very, very much. Betty says that Lindsey Graham died because COVID. Because of COVID? I don't know about, I don't know. I don't think so. But I don't know. I mean, listen, maybe you mean the vaccine. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know these things. But it's very interesting. I like the way you think. I'm not saying anything that brave. I don't know anything. The ME supposedly from DC said it was aortic dissection. Okay, we'll see what happens. Remember, they've got to prove it. You don't have to come up with any idea. This is their story, not yours. Please like this video. So important that you like it. Please subscribe to the channel. So critical, because sometimes people are subscribed, but they're unsubscribed. Please hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos, or whatever you do, my dear friend. Whatever you do, I beg, beseech, implore, and importune you, my dear friend, to always remember these final words. The monkey's dead. The show's over. So